What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Exotics Anonymous. There's going to be a new Audi very soon that has never existed before. This isn't like an Audi model they're just redoing or like a refresh to a S5 or something. There's going to be a whole new model, and that new car is the Audi RS Q5, not the RS5, the RS Q5. So basically, Audi's never gone above an SQ5 for their Q5 SUV. They've never done an RS trim like they've done like an RSQ8, for example, or an RS5 or an RS7. They've never given the Q5 the full RS treatment for some reason. And it's always been very confusing because cars like the BMW X3M have sold incredibly well. And BMW's been dominating that segment recently, especially since their Mercedes GLC 63 went to a 4-cylinder hybrid. Nobody really wants that. So the BMW X3M has been dominating that space. Porsche Macan, another one doing phenomenal. So that small SUV with a lot of horsepower segment is a great place to be. And for some reason, Audi has just not been tapping into it. But that's about to change very soon. So let's talk about what we can expect this new RSQ5 to be, and then I'll talk about when it's supposed to come out, because it's going to be sooner than you're expecting. So this new RSQ5 is supposedly going to have 600 horsepower from the same V6 hybrid setup that the new RS5 just launched with a couple months ago. Now, that might sound bad at first because it's a hybrid and it's probably going to be heavy, but everyone that's driven this new RS5 has said that it's one of the lightest feeling hybrids they've ever driven, and that it doesn't really feel like it's hurting the car. I'd be more concerned personally about Audi's newer interior design cues than I would about the way this car is going to drive. I think it's going to drive really well. I've heard nothing but good things about that powertrain, and I mean, it's 600 horsepower in like a small SUV, so it's going to be like a mini rocket. So performance is definitely going to be there. Sound I'm a little concerned about, but I'm not too sure how that's going to be, especially on the US market cars, because they don't have as many restrictions as the EU ones. But I don't know if they're going to necessarily make it sound better than the European version of the car. We don't really know at this time. I haven't seen any new RS5s in America yet. I haven't been able to check one out in person and let you know what I think of it. So when I get my hands on one, I'll let you know. But at this time, it sounds pretty good in the videos. I'm assuming everyone over there is saying the car sounds really good, especially for a European car. Hopefully the American version sounds even better than that. To my European listeners, sorry if you don't get the better sounding version. I'm sure you can find a nice Miltech exhaust perhaps that might help. So 600 horsepower, small SUV. It's going to be fun, but also semi-practical if you need to throw like a dog or your kids in the back or something. It's got the room to do it. The Q5 is not like a huge car, and to be honest with you, I've heard some concerning things about this Gen Q5 not working, like just like the electronics in the car just don't work. I don't know how that happened. The Q5's been pretty dang bulletproof. I've actually experienced the Q5 and SQ5 a lot. I had a Q5 for like 4 months as a loaner car when this car was, the dealer broke something on it basically and had to fix it themselves, and it took them forever to figure it out. So I've got a good experience with the Q5, and it really is a good platform if that's the kind of car you want. As like a car guy, it's not really up my alley, to be honest with you, but an RSQ5 would be interesting. I mean, an X3M is a great driving car. The V8 Mercedes GLC 63 is one of the best SUVs ever made. Like, you've got that giant V8 in a smaller SUV. It sounds amazing. It's fast enough. It's a great car. So the small SUV segment, while it's not like on the surface a car you think car guys would be into, they can be a lot of fun. And I'm glad that Audi's finally going to give it the full, RS treatment that it deserves. Design-wise, it's going to look like this. It's hard to tell this car and Gen Audi apart from each other, honestly. Even like unless you see the grille and like the SQ5 logo on the new SQ5, it's hard to tell it apart from a Q5. And that's coming from an Audi S car owner, and I know Audi's like the back of my hand. It's hard to tell it apart, especially on the move, and especially if it's like not on your side of the road or something. So they're hard to tell apart. I do think this RSQ5 is going to be a little wider. That'll be an easy thing to tell, if you know how to look for like the wide body hips on a car. It will have that, but that's probably going to be the biggest thing to tell. Obviously, it'll have the Audi oval exhaust tips like the RS cars do. Instead of having 4 tips like an SQ5, it'll have oval exhaust, just 2 of them. I'm actually driving by a regular S5 right now. That's kind of funny. The interior, Audi's been using that giant screen. I'll throw up a picture for you of like that giant screen with the really big bezels, honestly, and the steering wheel is square on the top and the bottom. I'm not loving that. The wheel's growing on me a little, especially after seeing the disgusting wheel BMW just launched on the X5. And I thought that wheel was already in the iX3, but I kind of thought it would just stay on like the electric kind of gimmicky cars. And of course, it's also on an X5 now. It's just, that wheel is terrible. So Audi's new wheel, not the best, but definitely better than that BMW one. I'm expecting that wheel, that bezel, that interior, all the newest Audi RS design language. Hopefully there'll be some new graphics on the screen to make it feel a little more Audi, because the recent one just feels very generic. Like if you were sitting in a Hyundai and told me that that was the infotainment, I'd believe you. So hopefully they get that kind of sorted out on this car as well. Maybe we start to see a little more, RS skin packages, something like that in the design. So that's kind of what I'm expecting in the interior. The seats, I think, will be an evolution of the seats that have been in like the new S5 already. I don't think it'll be radically different. I don't think they'll be the seats from like the SQ9 that they've been teasing or the new SQ7 seats. But for those of you who are out there, because I know there is a lot of car guys that love the SQ5, you're finally going to get the RS version. Now, it's going to be a hybrid, so it's going to be a little tricky to tune. So don't expect to buy one right away and have there be like a tune for it day one. I don't think that'll be the case. I think it's going to be a little trickier tuning these hybrid cars going forward, but I'm sure somebody will figure out how to squeeze some more power out of the engine and, you know, on top of the battery power. I expect the engine to make in like the mid 400s for horsepower. The RS5 that's out right now, I believe, makes 460 from the engine and like 120, 130 from the battery, totaling 590 American horsepower. So I expect this RSQ5 to have like the exact same numbers, if not maybe slightly less on the horsepower and a little more on the torque because it's an SUV. But that's kind of the range I think this car will end up falling under. Now let's just talk about the competitors and we'll get to the release date. X3M, like I said, the new BMWs, the X3 is not too heinous, but like the X5 is terrible, but there will be a new X3M at some point. This car will still directly compete with that. That'll be a tough competitor. Right now, the Porsche Macan and the Mercedes GLC 63 are shooting themselves in the foot because the GLC 63 is currently a 4-cylinder hybrid and the Macan's electric. So, I don't know. I know some of these people love that electric Macan that's out there. I just don't get it. And the GLC being a 4-cylinder hybrid is kind of like a non-starter. I wouldn't be shocked if the V8 finds its way back into that Mercedes next year. That V8's about to find its way into the CLE 63, and it's going to find its way into an E63 next year. I wouldn't be shocked if we see a GLC 63 again. And if that does happen, I do think that'll probably be a more engaging car to drive than this Audi that's coming. But I do think the Audi is going to be better than any RS-based SUV has been before so far. Other than the RSQ8 Performance, that'll still be better. But I think this will be the next best thing because this RS5 is getting very good reviews from people that usually don't give Audis a great review from what I've seen. So I'm expecting good things out of this car. The Porsche Macan being electric, we can't even make them compete anymore. If they do a new Macan or they put the engine in that, you know, redesigned one that they made, we'll talk about it. But for now, I'd say the GLC 63 and the BMW X3M are the competitors to worry about. You can make an argument for something like a Maserati Grecale Trofeo. That's a great car too. Probably a little more lightweight and more enthusiastic to drive than the Audi will be just because it's not a hybrid and it makes that 500 something horsepower from that Nutuno engine. So that's a great car as well. Just with Maseratis, you never know what you're going to get with the reliability and you know you're going to lose a lot of money on one. So Audi RS cars traditionally have done very well value-wise. I don't see why this RSQ5 will be any different other than maybe the fact that it's a hybrid. It might be a little less reliable, let's say. Give it the beans here for you. Short beans. Guy just drove on my side of the road. So that's what we know about this new RSQ5 that's coming. 600 horsepower, probably similar design language to the recent Audi S and RS cars that have been released, especially the RS5. It'll be a great car for people who are looking for that type of car. So thank you guys for watching. We're coming up on 7,000 subscribers on the channel, so please subscribe for me if you haven't already. Smash that like button. It really helps the videos get more views on them and everything like that and get out in front of more people. I'd love to have you join the Exotics Anonymous family and stick around to see what we have coming up. Doing a lot of content, trying a lot of different things for you guys, so let me know what you like and what you don't like. Let me know what you think of this new RSQ5 that's coming. I'll try and find, if I haven't thrown a picture up for you, it's because I couldn't find anything on the internet that were, you know, able to be used. So there's only really spy shots of them right now, but I'll try and find something for you. Please subscribe for me, please smash that like button, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good one.